Who am I? You sure you want to know? The story of my life is not for the faint of heart. If somebody said it was a happy little tale, if somebody told you I was just your average, ordinary guy not a care in the world, somebody lied. But let me assure you, this story, like any worth telling, is all about a game.
Truth is, I'm a nobody. Actually, I'm worse than a nobody. I'm this guy. Stop! Stop the bus!
I think at this point, Rick Riker just might be my spirit animal. Anyways, welcome back, true believers and spectacular Spidey fans, to another really incredible milestone of a video that I have been lucky enough to have reached. Is that in 2016, back in June, there was a conference that was going on, a little small conference by the name of E3, and a couple months before that, there were quite a lot of rumors about a possible Spider-Man game being made by a company that was making another superhero-related game known as Sucker Punch. And it was also rumored that this game would be revealed at the E3 2016 Sony press conference. Now, of course, when I was watching it, at the time, I wasn't planning on doing anything in terms of what I'm doing now. I was just watching it for fun, hoping to see this game be announced. And lo and behold, it was announced, but it wasn't Sucker Punch, it was Insomniac Games. And as you guys have heard by now, I've always stated this, that when I saw that E3 2016 trailer of Spider-Man PS4, I literally cried. The scene where he parkoured through the coffee shop, that's what got me. And just seeing a Spider-Man game, this character that I've grown up loving, this character that we all love so much, getting this extremely AAA, high-quality, high-budget game that he's deserved through such a long time. Even though we have had a lot of great games with him, some of them have been average. But of course, like great ones like Web of Shadows, Ultimate Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, the first PS1 games, and also the first movie tie-in game with Tobey Maguire, are all great games. And of course, the older ones and like the arcade, like 2D side-scrolling Spider-Man games are, of course, even more amazing. But then when this game was announced, this specific game got to me because I've never seen a Spider-Man game look of that caliber with these, you know, these next-gen graphics. And of course, the fact that it was an exclusive at the time when it was announced, it was like, oh yeah, this is an exclusive game only on the PlayStation 4, blew my mind because that never happened for a Spider-Man game before. And when I saw the trailer, I was looking online, like a lot of people were talking about it, and like, I want to know everything about this game. And then I saw like the 2 interviews with Brian Intar and Bill Roseman, just sitting down talking to Sid Shuman and Jeff Keighley at E3 2016, just talking about the game. And then I also saw people on other websites like IGN or GameSpot, they were talking about the game and giving their thoughts. But then I saw a bunch of other people. They were talking about like, oh, this is a movie tie-in game to Spider-Man Homecoming, or oh, the Spider-Man here is actually Ben Reilly. And like, they weren't trying to clickbait people. That's what they genuinely thought. And that really upset me. So then when I saw all this go down, I said to myself, you know what? Even though I had no experience doing YouTube at the time whatsoever, I still don't think I do. But at the time, I was just saying, you know what? I'm kind of sick and tired of hearing everyone talk about this game, not knowing all the details. So I just took this, my good old iPhone 5, and just sat in front of my TV. Not even a laptop or an iPad or anything, but at my full-on TV. I pulled up the trailer, and I just sat on my couch, recording it with my iPhone, and just talked about the game, what my thoughts were, and confirmed it, and just like, oh, it's not made by Sucker Punch, it's made by Insomniac. And then at that time, through E3 2016 all the way to E3 2017, I just did video after video after video through with my iPhone, just not even having any equipment whatsoever, any, you know, high-quality YouTubing stuff that you see these other bigger YouTubers use. I had no experience with it, and I just want to do it because I wanted to, because it was fun for me to do. I really do still care about this game a lot, and of course back then when it was announced, my hype level was through the roof. This was the most hypest game I've ever been excited for in my entire life, still am, of course, and that wanted me to just do it as a hobby, as like as a side time thing, for fun. Sorry if you hear stuff outside, it's really noisy. And I just really wanted to show my passion towards this character. I wasn't planning on becoming this, you know, big, I guess, if you consider 10,000 subscribers to be big. I do. And at the time, I just met people online who were amazing enough to have seen my videos at the time with like 100 views or like 50 views at the time, and I just kept going at it. And then of course, that's how I met the Spidey Squad, because I saw other people online doing videos about it who are incredible, awesome people around the world, like some in Australia, some are in, you know, Great Britain, some of them are in China, some of them are from other places around the world. And it's crazy seeing how far this character reaches across the world, how important this character is, and how specifically this game is so important to a lot of people, especially me and the entire Spidey Squad. And of course, that's how we were formed. The Spidey Squad is because of this game, and we started out so small. Of course, the founding members, of course, if you don't know, is Michael Stretch, which was his first name. Now it was known as Spidey Stretch. Josh, Spidey Skater Boy, the one and only Spidey Bugle, Legitimate HX, and another founding member who you may not know is actually Shocked Huh. He actually helped form the Spidey Squad when we started, but of course, now we have so many more members, amazing members. Austin, the Spidey fan, Vigilante Spider, Sully, of course, Demetrius, Ranny, It's Your Boy, Slickmoth, of course, Amazing Lucas, and I've been able to meet all these incredible people along the way. Venom 2 Million, Godzilla Mendoza, the PlayStation Bros, of course, and Insomniac Games themselves, following the Spidey Squad and I on Twitter and sharing their support for the Spidey Squad and seeing how far that they've come. Because again, if you didn't know, back when I just reached 2,000 subscribers back in before E3 2016, Bill Roseman was at E3 with Brian Intar and Ryan Penagos, and he just shouted out the Spidey Squad. Even when we had less than 1,000 followers on Twitter and everyone had a lower subscriber account back then, I had just reached 2,000 subscribers. Bill Roseman still took the time out of his day to just show his support to a group like us that really care about this character and this game, and that's just insane. And of course, again, someone like me who started so small and then just wanted to just pursue that dream. I was in San Jose State University doing these videos in my free time because after class was over, I was so bored and I had nothing else to do. I was just like wanting to do videos, just speculate about anything about the game for fun. I wasn't trying to do it for views. I was just doing it for fun. Like, oh, how's the parkour gonna work? How's the boss battles gonna work? How's the combat gonna work? How is the swinging gonna work? You know, all that stuff is what I did with my phone, and then I decided to just try and, you know, devote myself to this job or this career, because it is technically considered a career nowadays in our industry of you know, jobs and stuff, which is really crazy because you can make this a living of doing YouTube if you're, you know, lucky enough to be able to get there. And I'm one of those people, which is absolutely insane. And I just did all the hard work I did in college at San Jose State University, and then I was there for a full year. And then I was there with a scholarship to go there because I went there for free because of my grades in high school, and that allowed me to gain a scholarship to go there. And even though I got that and I was there for quite a while, it just wasn't for me. And I was there just, again, all that really kept me, sane pretty much, that kept me going day in and day out is actually this game. Seeing this Spider-Man game that I've never seen before happen. This, of course with the movies you see, and of course with Tobey Maguire's movies, that's what made me love the character, because that's what introduced me to Spider-Man, is Tobey Maguire's first ever Spider-Man movie. That's what made me fall in love with this character, and that's how I was introduced to it. But through the games, through a movie you just sit and watch, and it's a great story, of course, awesome action sequences, and you can watch it over and over again. It's the same thing over and over again when you watch it. You might have a better time watching it when you see it another time. That's fine. But with games, the world of games is so unique and expansive and immersive that they can do incredible things. Again, like some of my favorite games is Uncharted, Infamous, Assassin's Creed even Grand Theft Auto, or, just tons of other awesome games that can really grab the audience members by the heartstrings and send you into these worlds. And seeing how this is like what we're getting with Spider-Man, what we got with Batman. Of course, Batman Arkham series is like one of the best superhero video game series of all time, and Arkham Knight's my favorite. And when I played that game, Arkham Knight was my very first PlayStation 4 game I ever played, like my next generation game I ever played, Xbox One, PS4, anything like that. It was my first ever next-gen game that I ever played, and that's why I was so blown away by the visual capabilities that what the PS4 could do and that next-gen consoles could do and that these game developers could do for these characters. And seeing how we got, a studio like Insomniac working on this game is incredible. And that's how my channel started. That's why I'm spending, 10 plus minutes just talking about this game, because that is what my channel was based off of. And that's why, if you've seen, of course, the Venom 2 Million live stream, and also this Twitter dispute that happened a couple weeks ago, where, we get in arguments a lot. The Spidey Squad and I and other Spider-Man PS4 fans, but mainly myself, because it's just, me who's really connected to this game. You guys are too, of course, but I mean, for someone from me who's just done YouTube for fun at first, and then is now able to get this incredible audience of all you amazing guys that I'm not even worthy of your viewing, of your time, because of how lucky I am to have you guys. And this game started my channel, of course, and that's why I'm so, passionate towards it, and so, really defensive towards it. Like if someone says, oh, it looks like TASM 2, it looks like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game all over again, he just has a white logo and that's it. It's like, that's, you can see, like, that's where I get kind of, a little bit agitated, and other stuff that people proclaim. It's because I do, it's not a personal vendetta against me. I get that they're just having their own opinion. It's fine. But for me, someone who's, kind of has a bit of a personal connection with this game, considering how I started, that's why I'm a bit defensive. So anyone out there, again, if I caused any trouble with my, viewpoints on the game or anything, I do apologize. But mainly it's just because I'm in love with this game, and this game has made my life even more special than I could ever dream, because I've been able to meet so many amazing people with the Spidey Squad, talk to people from around the world who just actually do like the videos that I do, and they see how I'm just doing these videos because I do care about this character and I care about this game, and I care about you guys, and the support that you guys give me day in and day out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, any social media platform. It literally does mean the entire world to me, from someone who started as someone just doing videos for fun, who still does videos for fun, but also can now do it as a full-time job, pretty much, is incredibly, unbelievably unfathomable. Like, I'm one of the luckiest people in the world. I wouldn't be here without you guys, and just, thank you, again. I know this video is just me rambling a lot, which I do understand, but of course, just the people I've met along the way is the biggest part of this journey. That's why I wanted to really strive this point home. Like, again, people like I've met, like Slick Moth, who helped me incredibly, who discovered me when I was less than 1,000 subscribers, and he's one of the main reasons why my channel got a lot of attention back in 2016. And of course, all the other Spidey Squad members, like all the Spidey Squad members had more subscribers than me at one point. Spidey Bugle with his amazing mods and his amazing art graphic design that he does. Legitimate Checks with his amazing commentary and incredibly funny videos. Shocked Huh, same thing goes with him. Great videos. Vigilante Spider, Spidey Fan for the win. Josh, Michael, anyone who's watching, you guys, and the fans, all you guys, just you guys supporting me again means the entire world to me. And I know I've said this numerous times, but I truly do mean it. But again, I just have to say thank you for all your support. Of course, I'm going to keep doing videos about Spider-Man PS4 and any other Spider-Man related thing that I'm interested in. Spider-Man Homecoming 2, whenever we get an announcement of that. Infinity War seems like we might be getting a trailer for that soon, so I might be doing videos about that movie soon. And yeah, just a lot of other exciting stuff that's going to happen in the channel's future. I'm not going anywhere, guys. I'm just getting started, really, and it's all thanks to you. And, you know, that's why I don't have like a Patreon or anything, because your view and your time that you give me just for watching video is enough for me, and that already means the world to me, as much as it can get. And that's why I have to say thank you all the time when I do these videos, because if you guys know, if you guys been with me like before 2,000 subscribers, I did a subscriber special every time I got 100 subscribers, and I always did like little funny things like, oh, if we get to 1,300 subscribers, I'll do my top 5 Spider-Man animated series, or if I get to you know, 1,500, I'll do my top 5 Spider-Man games or something like that. So it was just a really awesome way to connect with you guys. And of course, you guys know I had, you know, troubles with school at the time back in 2016, and also some family stuff back then as well. And of course, getting all the equipment like what you see here, kind of like I'm recording with my laptop, and I'm talking through the microphone that I use when I do my videos. And I also downstairs have my Elgato where I play the games for Radioactive Replay that I can play for you guys for fun, and also as a way to support myself economically and financially, which is insane that I'm lucky enough to do that. And I never in a million years would have considered myself being a YouTuber and part of this amazing YouTube community and getting noticed by people like Insomniac Games or Sony or Marvel Game, anything like that. I've never would have ever thought that that would happen in my life, and it's just a dream come true, and I'm just super lucky to have you guys supporting me day in and day out. And that's why I kind of wanted to do this really interesting video, is a giant Q&A. So a couple weeks ago, I asked you guys when we hit 10,000 subscribers and also over 2,000 Twitter followers as well, so thank you so much for that too. I asked you guys what things you want to ask me for a giant Q&A, because it can be like a big giant Q&A that I can do for you guys about Spider-Man PS4, the Spidey Squad, other Marvel stuff, or just personal stuff that I'm interested in myself that doesn't have to be Spider-Man related or anything like that. So I gathered over 50 questions from you guys, and if I didn't answer one of your questions, I do apologize ahead of time, but just know that there's a lot of questions to go over, and hopefully I can answer all of them to the best of my capabilities. And again, airplane flying over my house, of course, so apologize about that. So yeah, of course, I'm going to be going back and forth from people who asked me questions about Spider-Man PS4, Marvel stuff, games, personal stuff, which will be interesting to talk about. And yeah, and of course, just heads up, I have some water here because I'm going to be talking a lot in this video. So, yeah, I might be taking some water breaks or anything like that when we actually get into the down and dirty of discussing everything. So hopefully I can hydrate myself while we do this giant discussion. And it's like a podcast, so if there's no background music, there's no editing, it's just me talking. So if you're working on homework or if you're going on a walk or something, just feel free to listen and, yeah, see if your question gets answered here. So, of course, first question goes to fellow awesome Spidey Squad member and founder, Vigilante Spider. He asks, what does the Spidey Squad mean to you? And knowing that you have a group of friends supporting you all the way, congratulations, pal. Hashtag Spidey Squad brother. That was him congratulating me for the subscriber count. Thank you so much, Vigilante Spider. Love you, dude. The Spidey Squad wouldn't be the same without you or anyone else watching this, so thank you so much for your question. And, of course, the Spidey Squad is like a second family to me because, of course, if you see on my Twitter description, says head founder and leader of the Spidey Squad, because it was me who came up with the name Spidey Squad. And I was just in college doing videos, and then I commented on other people's videos that I saw, like Spidey Bugles and Legitimate Checks, and you know, Michael Stretch and Spidey Scared Boy, and they saw my videos and I saw their videos, and I commented to them and saying like, oh, great video, dude, that was a great discussion you did, and they're like, oh, thanks. And then we all kind of just got together like, hey, what if we, you know, kind of, you know, formed a group together about Spider-Man? Like we were forming like, oh, what if we did a giant collaboration video at first, and that would be it. But then we went a step further, and then we said, wait, what if we like formed a group or something. And then, of course, we formed the group, and I was considering at one point, I was considering calling it the Spidey Society, which is really sad and kind of stupid now that I hear about it, but I went with the term Spidey Squad because it sounds a bit cooler, and yeah, and that's just the group that we formed, and seeing everyone from, again, around the world, because Vigilante Spider, Spidey Bugle, and Legitimate Checks are all located in Australia, and funny enough, Spidey Bugle and the Legitimate Checks live like really, really close to each other, and they wouldn't have known that if they weren't part of the Spidey Squad. Like, if they didn't talk to each other through the Spidey Squad, they wouldn't have known that they actually live really close to each other, which is insanely cool. And that also goes with, like, Talented Gamer HD and Michael Stretch and No Punisher, of course, or Spidey Outcast, as he's referred to now. A lot of the Spidey Squad members now discovering, like, oh, wait, some of us actually live close to each other, and that's how, you know, this game brought so many people together, and that's what this character can do, is create friends, family, and lifetime friendships that never go away, and that's just insanely cool to me, and it's like a once-in-a-lifetime feeling, like to see like a person that I know, like at school, like some of my friends from school, of course, that's just people I know, but then talking to people online and actually getting to talk to them about personal issues, about personal stuff, or just about the game, and getting to know them, you know, each and every day, and I'm lucky enough to talk to them day in and day out, is an incredible feeling, and it just makes me so happy that I can go on, like, Discord or Twitter, or even in the YouTube comments, and just see more of you guys commenting, like, great video, Evan, or, oh, what's your next video gonna be, like, all that amazing feedback that you guys give me, and of course, your feedback overall, like, hey, Evan, maybe, you know, switch that in your video, or like maybe you should do that a different way next time. Like, all that is super appreciated, and all you guys like DMing me on Twitter as well, like about collabs and stuff, and like trying to talk just in general is really cool. And of course, like, I'm busy during the day. I'm not always doing YouTube, even though it does seem like it. But I have other stuff to deal with as well, which is why if I don't answer your comments or DMs, is that there's a lot to go through. But just know I read all your comments, I read all your DMs, I read all the Discord messages. Even though I don't talk a lot in Discord, like I'm not able to go in there and just chat with you guys, I do read a lot of what's going on, and I am always looking over the Spidey Squad community, and it just means the world to me that you guys are a part of it, and I see new people every day joining our community, like people who are, like, you know, like in middle school, or people who are in high school, or people who are in college, or people who have jobs as adults, which is insane. And it's just really cool. Like, people like the PlayStation Bros and Demetrius, like, they're amazing guys, and they're full-on adults. And, like, the PlayStation Bros, like, reached out to me, and Slickmoff reached out to me, and they talked to me, and we formed friendships through that, and we're now, like, lifetime pals. And that's incredibly cool and insanely, like, insane to think about when you go about it. And that's what the Spidey Squad means to me. Jordan, which is Vigilante Spider's real name. If you don't know, it's Jordan. So, Vigilante Spider, thank you, dude. Means the world to me. And of course, next question goes to a fellow other Spidey Squad member, the amazing Lucas. He says, given Insomniac has a booth at PSX, what do you expect to see? So again, like he just said, it is confirmed that Insomniac Games is going to the PlayStation Experience on December 9th and December 10th. I'm going as well. I'm going down to Anaheim as well, guys. Gonna go there, see all the cool booths, all the different games. If Insomniac does show something for Spider-Man PS4, like, you know, a trailer or a release date or anything like that, of course I'm going to cover it, record the theater's reaction if they show it in, like, you know, the keynote presentation, like Sean Layden, what he's going to do, or the Game Awards, what Jeff Keighley's going to present and stuff like that, so I'll be sure to cover it. But of course, with Amazing Lucas's question, I'm expecting to see... because again, we know that they're going, but so far it doesn't say on the PlayStation blog website if Spider-Man PS4 is going to have a playable demo, but Insomniac is going to the PlayStation Experience, so what other game could they talk about other than Spider-Man? Like, there's theories like, oh, there's a Spyro remaster, or another Ratchet & Clank game. Maybe, but all their studios in Burbank, California, and Durham, North Carolina, they're all going head-on in Spider-Man PS4, so I'm assuming it's going to be Spider-Man PS4, and I'm assuming hopefully they'll show, like, new footage in regards to Peter Parker gameplay, maybe, or they'll show, since the Paris Games Week trailer was a teaser trailer, hopefully they can show a actual trailer, which can show the release date, and then they can talk about more stuff about the games, like the mechanics, since they had all those interviews in the live stream, and also the previous interviews at Paris and E3, where they talked about the game and new characters and new details. So if we don't get any footage, then hopefully they'll just have like a developer panel like they had at San Diego Comic-Con, and then they can just talk about new parts of the game that we don't know about, or just expand upon stuff that we do know about. So I would really like that. And of course, fellow Spidey Squad member and co-founder is the Tom's Gamer HD. He asked, do you think we will have more movement and fluidity with Peter Parker's body? So I'm assuming that means like with parkour. From what we've seen in the E3 2016 trailer and that one segment in the demo of E3 2017 where he's running through the abandoned office, and also the Paris Games Week trailer where he's dodging the bullets and he's fighting Mr. Negative on the subway, and he's swooping up the inner demon, like web-slinging them, which is awesome. I think Peter's going to be very flexible. He doesn't seem all that buff. Like, he seems, like, you know, strong, but, like, in terms of, like, Amazing Lucas, where he has, like, Hulk biceps, or, like, Tobey Maguire, where he had kind of a buffer build, whereas Andrew was more slim, and same thing with Tom Holland, he's a bit more slim. That's what I see this Peter look like. He's a bit more, you know, like, lean and flexible looking. And of course that goes with what Brian Intar said, the creative director of the game, saying that Spider-Man's going to be an acrobatic improviser. So that's really interesting to hear. And given all the factors that they've said about Peter Parker parkouring through the city, swinging around, getting around town in a really unique way, I think there's going to be a lot to this game's traversal that we haven't seen in any other Spider-Man game. I made tons of videos about this already, so if you want to see that, go check it out. But yeah, that is a really great question, Terry, and of course, one of the amazing co-founders of the Spidey Squad, the Talented Gamer HD. He's just an amazing guy, guys, and he's just, my life would not be the same without Terry, without Legitimate HX, without the Spidey Bugle, and Vigilante Spider, and Josh, and Austin, and Spidey Fan for the win, and Michael Stretch, of course, anyone, all you guys too watching this, like Ranny, Duck, It's Your Boy, Sully, you know, I'm blanking on all your guys' names, I apologize, Cable Sam, Johnny Obeyed, Franco, you know, Frank the Savage, and again, all you guys mean the world to me, and that's why all your feedback is incredible to hear, and just the fact that you do, you know, like the content that I put out, whether that's just speculating about the game, talking about other things like, you know, like Prototype, like I've been playing Prototype, and I've been replaying the other Spider-Man games for Radioactive Replay. And yeah, all your support for all those, even if it gets, you know, like 50 views, 100 views, no views, the fact that you still, you know, come back to see what I put out in terms of content still means the world to me. So again, thank you guys. Next question is from Javik. Do you think they should change something in Peter's design for the game? So what we know about Peter, of course, is that he is actually, like, the design on how Peter Parker looks in the game is actually based off a real person. John O'Burke or something like that, and it's like a real person that they got like the facial, you know, composition to design their Peter over, and he looks really interesting. You know, he looks like kind of like a simple Peter, and again, I broke it down, like I think he looks like a hybrid of the 90s cartoon Peter Parker, the Andrew Garfield, a little bit Peter Parker, but mainly the Nicholas Hammond live-action Peter Parker, if you guys know that one from the 90s show. Not the 90s, the 70s, like Spider-Man TV series or something like that. And also, Yuri Lowenthal himself, like the little bits and pieces of the voice actors portraying Spider-Man and Spider-Man PS4 is Yuri Lowenthal. I can kind of see, like, bits of him in this character, but mainly they got this guy, John, to, you know, be a part of making Peter look unique. And I like it. And again, Jacinda Chu, she's the art director for the game, and someone asked her, like, why does Peter's hair look kind of shaggy and kind of, like, not that handsome? And he's like, oh, he can't really afford to pay for his own haircut, which is really funny, and again, shows, like, the detail they're going in. Like, Peter's a poor guy. Even though he's a scientist, he still has, like, trouble financially, and he can't even afford his own haircut, which is really funny. And, yeah, I think, if I had to change anything, I would say maybe his clothes. I like the nice green plaid shirt. It looks nice, but I want something that kind of stands out a bit. Like the TASM 2 Peter didn't have a good design either. The Spider-Man 2 Peter Parker in the game, where he has the glasses on and also like the blue hoodie, that looked okay. I don't know. He looks fine. Clothes wise or design wise, his hair looks fine. His the way he's dressed looks fine. I don't know. I just hope he with Spidey Outcast's idea, he wants, like with Sunset Overdrive, we had the ability to customize your character to dress up any way you want. You could be a guy character wearing girl clothes, or you could be a girl character wearing guy clothes. So Spidey Outcast's idea is that he could you could have Peter Parker be customizable, and he can change his shirt, his pants, his his bracelets, which are his web shooters, or anything like that. I think that'd be a really cool idea if they do go through with it, but we'll just wait and see. But so far, I think I'm pretty good with how Peter looks in the game. Let's see, other questions. Next up is Blasty Games. How do you feel knowing that you came this far with the whole Spidey Squad, and do you think it would be awesome if Peter, Inspiring PS4, mentions you in the game but doesn't say your name, or like a Spidey Squad Easter egg? It's funny because I don't know if you guys are joking about it or not, but it's really touching when you guys say it. But some of you guys say that Peter Parker, Inspiring PS4, looks like me, like a more slimmer version of me. That's incredibly nice of you guys to say. I wouldn't even... I can't, like, I'm even in the same, area of being compared to Peter Parker, which is incredibly nice of you guys. Again, we've had Bill Roseman, the executive creative director of Marvel Games, directly shout out the Spidey Squad, and then only a couple weeks ago, we had the community director, James Stevenson, and Brian Antar, the creative director of Insomniac Games, actually mention my name and Vigilante Spyro's name and the entire Spidey Squad's name on a live stream chat. That is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my entire life. It's funny because Brian Antar thought we had 14,000 followers on Twitter. We actually have 1,400. Hopefully you guys can help us get to 14,000. That'd be really great. But yeah, I'm already on cloud 9 as it is with the fact that they mentioned us 3 times already. Like, this, Bill Roseman said the Spidey Squad, Brian Antar and James Stevenson said the Spidey Squad, and then James Stevenson directly said my name. And also the art director of Spider-Man PS4, Jacinda Chu. See, Amazing Lucas went to this museum event for Ratchet & Clank. It was Ratchet & Clank's 15th anniversary for the first game back in 2002, and he went down to this, exhibit show showing all the concept art from Ratchet & Clank, and Jacinda Chu was there, and Amazing Lucas was there just to see everything and talk to them and say hi. And he said in his video that Jacinda Chu says that she loves the Spidey Squad, which is absolutely insane. Again, like other specific people on Twitter from Insomniac follow me and the other Spidey Squad members directly. Gavin Goulden, the lead character artist, Alex Previty, if I'm saying your name right, dude, I'm sorry, or Previty, I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. He's an audio designer at Insomniac, such a cool guy. Everyone there is amazing. It's such cool and really kind-hearted people overall. And, just James Stevenson himself and Jacinda Chu herself and all these other people from Insomniac actually, supporting the fan base of Spider-Man as a character, and also their fans who were excited for Spider-Man PS4 overall is insane. But of course, if they were to go the extra mile, if putting someone was saying, like, what if they put a billboard on the New York City skyline, then it shows the Spidey Squad logo? I'd probably have a heart attack if that happened, but I don't know for sure. And of course, the how do I feel knowing that I came this far with the Spidey Squad? It's a great feeling. I'm lucky enough to just be part of this community. I'm set like the leader, of course, because like I said, I came up with the name Spidey Squad, and we were all doing a lot of videos back then. Of Legitimate Checks, Spidey Bugle, Shock Ton, Spidey Scared Boy, Michael Stretch. We were all doing lots and lots and lots of videos of the game back in 2016 and 2017, but they were all professionals. Like, they all had the YouTube equipment, they all had the know-how, and they all know how to do properly edited videos in 2016 and now. Me, back in 2016, again, all I had was my iPhone and nothing else. So I was just this little dumb college freshman spending his free time just doing these recordings of me talking about the game and talking about different aspects of it, and you guys loved it, which is super cool. And the fact that you've stuck with me this long, the guys like Johnny Obaid and Randy who have stuck with me since less than 100 subscribers, and also just seeing what this community can do of Spider-Man fans and also the Spidey Squad, because recently 2 awesome individuals right here, like Blasty Games, he made a pin, like a badge, of the Spidey Squad logo. That is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, dude. And also a couple of other fans, back when we had 2,000 subscribers, sorry, less than 1,000 followers on Twitter, but when I had less than 2,000 subscribers, someone made a fan-made Spidey Squad t-shirt, which was insane. And also, Randy recently, he had a college presentation, and it was about, like, the overall presentation was about the internet, I believe, and like internet customary things that you do with like the business aspect of things. And he mentioned the Spidey Squad in his presentation and brought us up and, you know, mentioned me directly and of course the other Spidey Squad members. Seeing how this community is, again, it's not a community, it's a family. I know that's very Vin Diesel, Fast and Furious of me to say, but it's true. We are not we are not a group of friends. We are not a community. We are a family of people who love this character and people who love each other day in and day out. And just seeing all you guys, again, new people coming in to the squad, saying hi, saying how excited they are for the game, saying that our videos makes them even more excited is extremely cool. And I'm honored to, you know, be a part of this community each and every day. And every time I wake up knowing I'm part of this community just makes me extremely, extremely happy. Okay, we got a few questions here from Marco Brilli. I'm gonna be like speed round here because he asked like 3 small questions. So, question 1: favorite Spider-Man superhero friendship? Spider-Man and Daredevil. 2: favorite Spider-Man suit? Black suit. Specifically the Ultimate Spider-Man comic book black suit, where it's like purple and, you know, it doesn't have the white squares on his fists. You know, like not those white squares, because I just love the sleek, purple-ish symbiote look that it has. It's awesome. And 3: now that Christmas is around the corner, do you have in mind something to do, like a Christmas special video? Maybe I might do a special Christmas, you know, theme Let's Play or something like that, because I did a Halloween Let's Play with Prototype, and then I'm still playing Prototype now to finish it, and then we're going to move on to Prototype 2 when I beat that game, when I beat Prototype 1, I say. So if we do get into a Christmas thing, I'll try and see if I can do a really funny special, because I did a Thanksgiving special where it was just for fun. Like, I took the Amazing Spider-Man 1 dinner scene where Andrew Garfield and Dennis Leary are talking to each other, and then I dubbed it over with the audio from Superhero Movie, which is like a spoof movie of just the superhero movies from the early 2000s, specifically the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. It's like one of the funniest movies ever. It's so good. And I just dubbed the line where they're having dinner in that movie and just dubbed it over the Amazing Spider-Man 1 scene. So if you guys like that, thank you. I really hope it was something you guys enjoyed. And some of you guys say that you like don't even know what the movie is or you've never seen it. Just, oh, you're making me so upset, guys. Please watch it. It's hilarious. Let's see. Next is from, hopefully I can say his name right, K. DeLorenzo SM.PS4. K. DeLorenzo. I'll just do K for short. If you had the chance to change anything in the game from what we saw so far, how would you change it or shape the story? I did a whole video kind of talking about my 5 little flaws that I have with the game, which got a lot of dislikes, but those were basically nitpicks. What I've seen so far, I really want the parkour to be intricate. I don't want it to be like Web Rush, and I don't want it to be simple. I want it to be like what the web strike was. Like, the web strike is a great method where you just, you know, you press a button to launch a web, your character moves automatically to the enemy, and then you have to press the same button again or do a different button to switch up your attack. So you can either do a standard hit, you could do a heavy hit, you could throw your enemy, or you could evade the enemy, which is so awesome and so intricate on how Shaba Games handled that method of combat for that game. And that's what I want Insomniac to do for the parkour. Because again, we've had acrobatic gymnastics like Web Rush. We've never had parkour in a Spider-Man game that's actual physical parkour. And I want it to be very, very intricate. I don't want to be like just run forward and then you'll automatically do it. I want it to be like press some buttons to do different parkour moves. And also like swinging, I want there to be like swing tricks or something like that. I hope that that's what we get. Got water, sorry. My throat. Sorry. Let me go back. My bad. Change the story. Well, we know that he's a scientist. Peter Parker's a 23-year-old scientist. MJ is a reporter, investigative reporter for the Daily Bugle. And, Mr. Negative, Martin Lee, and Aunt May work at the feast shelter, and Kingpin is the first villain that we fight in the game, and Yuri Watanabe is your police contact. All these roles are extremely different that we've never seen in any Spider-Man game, comic, or movie before, or, you know, animated thing or whatever, if Spider-Man's been in any animated movies, or he's been animated movies with the Avengers, but like as a solo animated Spider-Man movie, I don't think so. No, so far, I think the character roles are extremely great. I think the way that they're shaping the story in terms of the plot, with him being Spider-Man for 8 years, and there's this new threat with the Inner Demons and Mr. Negative, and also villains like Kingpin and Shocker, of course, are, you know, causing havoc in the city, so they have to try and stop him, or Spider-Man has to try and stop him with the help of the police. And also, of course, the little Easter eggs of Doctor Strange and the Sanctum Sanctorum existing in this universe is insanely cool, so hopefully if it turns out that Spider-Man PS4 and the Avengers project are tied in, that'd be insane. Let's see, what next is a question from MCDC Siddharth. What's your favorite Spider-Man PS4 trailer out of the 4 that we've gotten so far, and why? Again, the E3 2016 trailer is my most favorite Spider-Man PS4 trailer so far, because the announcement of a next-gen Spider-Man game actually happening, and also the fact that it was such a like, you know, curveball that it was like, wait a minute, when I was watching it, like, we saw Death Stranding from Hideo Kojima, and it's like, okay, I guess the show's almost over, and then all of a sudden it cut to this shot of the city, and I was like, there's no way they're gonna announce it, because, like, the E3 conference is almost over when they showed Death Stranding. I'm like, this isn't it. And then it showed Insomniac Games. I'm like, okay. And then when he said, knowing everything hinges on a guy from Queens, right when he said Queens, I shat my pants. Like, I was like, it's happening. Like, it happened. It's happening. And when I saw it again, like, with the shot of the suit, the white spider, the cool design of the suit, and the parkour, you know, the backflip that he did on top of the building, the Inner Demons being villains that we've never seen in a Spider-Man game before, the crazy crane shot, and the combat scenes, and all the crazy action that was shown in that small trailer, and of course the ending title where they showed the white spider, they ended it, and then it's hashtag Spider-Man PS4, not hashtag Marvel Spider-Man, hashtag Spider-Man. They went out showing, like, oh yeah, did we mention that this is an exclusive PlayStation-only Spider-Man game? Even Batman didn't have that. This is insane that happened, and of course, like, with the announcement of it being Insomniac and not Sucker Punch, because that entire time, everyone was thinking it was going to be Sucker Punch, and then it was revealed as, oh, it's Insomniac, and then I freaked out when, because I didn't know any of the Spidey Squad members back when the game was announced. I hadn't met any of them yet, and then they just showed the trailer. I'm like, wow, like, everything that they showed was perfect. Some of you guys may think that, I know you know who I'm talking about, some of you guys may think when they showed the trailer, it just looked like another Spider-Man game, like another standard, nothing special Spider-Man game. I didn't get that at all. When I saw it personally, I freaked out, I cried, I, you know, was screaming in joy, I went nuts, and that's still, even like if we get a great launch trailer, or even though the Paris Games Week trailer was great, the E3 2016 trailer is always going to be my favorite trailer of the game so far. If we get a launch trailer, that's awesome, sure, because my favorite Spider-Man video game trailer of all time is actually the Web of Shadows launch trailer, with Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata playing in the background of the trailer, and then it gets even more intense near the end of it, and then the Godzilla-sized Venom with the 5 heads, and it was on S.H.I.E.L.D.'s helicarrier, and you see Black Cat and Vulture and Wolverine turning into symbiote monsters, and all this awesome stuff going on, and the destruction that was happening. It's like, this is a really serious Spider-Man game. It wasn't, you know, like this in terms of being a AAA game. It was just what looked like to be another Spider-Man game, but in terms of, like, the scope with, you know, the bigger Marvel universe and all these, you know, factors of the combat, fighting enemies on walls, and the web strike and the swinging looked crazy. That trailer blew my mind. It still blows my mind today, and I actually prefer that trailer more than the E3 2016 Spider-Man PS4 trailer. Sorry, Insomniac, but I just love that trailer. Shaba Games did an incredible job. Sorry, another plane flying over my house. Next up, Spider-Man, at Spider-Man22017. what do you want Spider-Man to do in Avengers Infinity War? Name 5 things, and what got you into Spider-Man, and what special abilities do you want in Spider-Man PS4? Okay, so that's a lot of questions. So, question 1, what do I want Spider-Man to do in Avengers Infinity War? Not suck up to Iron Man. I would love it if he did not suck up to Iron Man, Tony Stark, like he did in Homecoming, because that was my biggest flaw in Homecoming, is that I liked it a lot, that Iron Man was a mentor in the movie. I like that, but then when they made him like, oh, like Peter Parker, when like, oh my god, I'm under the rubble, I'm about to die, Vulture's getting away, and I gotta stop him because he might, you know, get more weapons and, you know, cause havoc around New York City. When he's under this rubble, like, oh, the one thing he thinks about is what Tony Stark said, like, if you're nothing without this suit, you shouldn't have it. Why? Why not think about what Aunt May told you? And what Uncle Ben, if he told you anything, or maybe even Liz. I don't know, like maybe you might love Liz or something. Not Tony Stark. I don't know. Like, I just really hope that when we also get the Iron Spider suit in Infinity War, I don't want to just be like, if he can fly all of a sudden, like if Spider-Man can fly with rocket boots, I don't know. But what we're seeing so far in Infinity War looks really cool, and I'm just excited to see what happens with the movie. Of course, I'm excited way more for Spider-Man PS4 than Infinity War. You guys know that, but yeah. 5 things, I guess. So, not suck up to Iron Man. I want the suit, the Iron Spider, to not be like another Iron Man suit. I want it to be, you know, different. I want to get more of an emotional side of acting from Tom Holland, because in Homecoming, he was like very lighthearted, very funny. But the scene where, again, Under the Rubble, I didn't like where he was yelling, or he was thinking about Iron Man to get out of the rubble. That's what encouraged him to get out of the rubble, was thinking about Iron Man's words. I love, though, how emotional Tom Holland got in the movie where he was under the rubble and like, help, help. He's like crying, and he was actually shedding tears because he was afraid. I love that. And with Thanos, this giant evil purple alien with this gauntlet of Infinity Stones that can cause chaos all over the world and the universe. Yeah, a 15-year-old kid fighting against this monster, and also the children of Thanos, whatever their names are, the Dark Order or whatever. Yeah, he's never met an alien before. He's met Iron Man and the Avengers, and Vision from the Avengers, which isn't an alien, but he's like an AI robot. But he's never met any aliens, so I want him to just be like, what? Wow, like, whoa, like, be afraid, not like, whoa, cool, it's a purple guy. Be like, no, don't kill Iron Man or anybody, they're my friends. So I want a more emotional side of Spider-Man. I don't want to just be all jokey either. Another 4th thing, I guess, what would it be another thing for Peter Parker to do? Not more tech-based. I want him to actually try and, you know, what we saw with Homecoming, he was making his own webs, and he kind of knew how to fight, but I want to see him fight this time, because that's the thing. He never really fought in Homecoming, or Civil War, I guess. But Civil War, at least he tried to put up a fight against Captain America. Homecoming, he just, like, kind of swung around and dodged a lot of things. Never really threw any punches like Toby or Andrew did in their own movies. So I want there to be more, you know, unique action to this movie. 5th thing, I guess, last thing, I want him to see him team up with people that we haven't seen him team up before. So, like, Black Panther, Thor, the Guardians, everyone like that. I want to see some interactions between the other Marvel heroes. And, you know, he made fun of Thor in Homecoming with his impression, but I want him to actually, like, interact with Thor and see what happens there. Because Thor Ragnarok was great. I saw it. I love Thor Ragnarok. It was awesome. But I want there to be a more unique connection between him and the other heroes. Let's see. What got you into Spider-Man? The first Tobey Maguire movie. I was introduced to the character because of that movie, and that is my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time, is the first Tobey Maguire movie. Sorry, another plane flying over my house. What special abilities do you want in Spider-Man PS4? I don't know if it's an ability, because this is more of a feature, but I want camera mode, I want photo mode to be in the game, taking shots of Spider-Man in a really great way, because photo mode wasn't in Ratchet & Clank PS4, oddly enough, but I do want it to be in Spider-Man PS4. As for abilities, like for Spider-Man's sake, I want there to be different ways of swinging, so like dual swinging. I want there to be parkour incorporated into the combat, if that makes sense, because, again, he's an acrobatic improviser, but what if he could, like, you know, if he's fighting inside of a building, what if he can run across a wall, bounce off of it, punch a guy, web him up, web him down, web him on a wall, and slam into another guy? That'd be awesome, and that would show the full capabilities of how Spider-Man can fight in the game, and what the combat designer, Mark Corleone, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, dude, but he's a combat designer for working on Spider-Man PS4, and he said that the combat will allow you to think on your feet and also be very strategic when fighting, which is really great. Of course, that goes with the environmental combat with the throwable objects and stuff like that, and of course with the gadgets being incorporated as well. So I'm just really excited to see what other stuff is going to happen for the combat. Let's see. Next is Cable Sam, of course. How do you feel about reaching 10K subs? It's a great feeling. I'm beyond lucky, like you guys heard me talk about in the beginning. What are your plans to be an even bigger YouTube channel? I might do some other Marvel stuff. I'm sorry, guys, but I don't have enough time to read any comic books, so comic book reviews might be off the table. I do like superhero movies. I do like superhero games. I do like other games, and I do like other types of movies that aren't necessarily related to Spider-Man or Marvel or DC. And I also really do like educational stuff. Again, I was in high school. In my senior year, of course, I had this big project that we had to do called the Senior Exhibition. Sorry, there's another airplane flying over my house. And in that time, you had from the beginning of the year as a freshman to the end of the year to research this year-long project about whatever controversial topic you want. So it's like, should gun control be, enforced more, or should healthcare be given to certain people or everybody, stuff like that. So my topic that I chose, which I personally was invested in because I was going to go to this after I graduated high school, was college. And my thing that I researched was, should the U.S. government pay for community college tuition? And then I, branched out my topic more, like, should college tuition in general be free? And I came to the conclusion of yes, it should. I have a year of research proving my fact or my viewpoint on it, but the facts that I have given about that do showcase why I believe my opinion is the more suitable option than, oh no, community college tuition overall should be totally paid for. No, the U.S. government, despite what all we're in a government decline, or the economy sucks. No, the government has enough money to pay for all this stuff. They just don't want to admit it, and I have the research to back it up. So, and that's what, funny enough, I was thinking about maybe doing a YouTube channel before Spider-Man PS4 was announced, just about educational topics like college, schools, stuff that you should do if you're planning going to college, blind, like, you know nothing about college. I was thinking about making an educational channel. And who knows, I still might do that, but we'll see. And, yeah, of course, the Spidey Squad channel, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff on there. We're going to be doing tons of video collaborations, audio commentaries, topic discussions, yeah, just a lot of cool stuff that you can definitely expect from me in the future, and other people as well, and we'll see what happens. Also, he asks, Cable Sam asks, from 1 to 10, how excited are you to go to the Game Awards and PSX? Like I said, I am going to go down to Anaheim to go see the Game Awards and PlayStation Experience. It's 100, a million, 10 million, a billion. I'm beyond excited. I can't believe I'm lucky enough to have even gotten a ticket for the events, and I actually get to go down there, see these events, because I've never been to like an E3 or a Comic-Con, so this will be like my first convention I've ever gone to, and I'm just so excited. And again, the fact that Insomniac is going there is just insane to me, and I can't believe that I might meet them. Because they're going down there, I might be able to see them and say hi to them, and who knows what else could happen. So I'm just beyond excited. Hopefully I can see you guys down there too. Amazing Lucas, he's going, which is awesome. I don't know if Callide B is going. He's another Spidey Squad member. I don't know if Callide B is going to the Game Awards or PSX. And also the PlayStation Bros. The PlayStation Bros are going, so I can't wait to meet them, and also it's incredible to do that. Another question from the Amazing Lucas. This isn't the first Spider-Man game announced, so what about this game sparked you to create a channel about it? And of course, yeah, like he says, my channel began pretty much because of Spider-Man PS4. And yeah, it's just because everything I saw from the first trailer, the music of how emotional it was, the suit, the dialogue that Yuri Lowenthal was saying with people see me and think they're safer, but it's not really me they're seeing. That one line of dialogue already hooked me. Like, wow, this already from all the previous Spider-Man games, is really trying to showcase Peter Parker's side of the character than all the other ones. Because even Web of Shadows, like I love Web of Shadows, and that is my favorite Spider-Man game, we didn't even get to see what Peter Parker looked like. And even though Ultimate Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 did a great job of showing Peter Parker's character, this one line of dialogue that, Yuri Lowenthal gave is like whoa. And then also, like, what does he say? Like, I can't believe I forgot. Like, knowing everything hinges on a guy from Queens sounds as scary as it feels. Like, yeah, because he's a human. He's a normal, standard, average Joe guy. And that's what they're trying to show for the game. And that's what Bill Roseman and Brian Antar keep showing on Twitter and saying in all their interviews. Like, yeah, they're really trying to showcase the duality of the character. And all the information I saw. Like, and again, like, the last Spider-Man game that we got was Amazing Spider-Man 2 in 2014. And then when the game was announced in 2016, it was 2 years since we got a Spider-Man game. For me, that was too long of a wait. Because I had Infamous Second Son, and GTA and other games to keep me occupied, but I was just waiting for a Spider-Man game. And with the rumors, like when Civil War was coming out in 2016 as well, and that's when we got the announcement and, reveal of, oh, Spider-Man is now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which freaked me out, and of course I was like super excited. And then a game was being made, and like, oh, the game is obviously like what excites me more, because again, games are more immersive, they drag you into the world, and you feel like you can immerse yourself in this world, like the Batman Arkham games, or GTA, or Infamous, or any other Last of Us, like really hardcore story-driven narrative games. And that's what I saw Spider-Man doing in the E3 2016 trailer, just with those lines of dialogue and the reveal of the parkour, the swinging, the graphics of the game, and it was nothing like I've ever seen, and that's why I was so devoted to it. Even just doing videos on my phone, just speculating, like, will the game beat the Arkham games in terms of success and popularity, and, if people like it more than the Arkham games, or, oh, is the combat going to be like the Arkham games, or anything like that? Like, all that, I was just so excited about everything, and I still am, of course, and now that we have actual trailers of the game, and not waiting for news like we had to do last year, now we can actually talk about confirmed facts and everything, and that's just why I'm so excited about the game, and that's why I was just so happy to keep doing videos about each topic every day. There's a lot more questions from Amazing Lucas here, so since they're adding animations, since Insomniac Games is adding animations, is there a special one you'd like to see? Maybe one that was in a previous game? I did like the animation in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, where you counter two guys, and then Spider-Man jumps up and then slams them together with his webs. That kind of reminds me a lot of that one cutscene in Ultimate Alliance, and also just lampposts. I want enemies to hang upside down lampposts. If Insomniac already confirmed there's not going to be any pizza missions in the game, then they better have where you can hang people upside down from lampposts. That is a requirement for a Spider-Man game, I think. That's why even, at least Web of Shadows, you could stick people to walls with your webs, which is awesome, but I want to hang people upside down lampposts again. That's a requirement. Will you be giving the game an honest review despite your obvious bias? Yeah, so what he means by that is, that's another question from the Amazing Lucas. What he means by that is, of course, like, I defend the game in and out. Like, if someone says it's the Amazing Spider-Man 2, of course, like, no, I don't think that's true, no. Sorry, hold on, I gotta drink water. Oh, wow, my throat. Yeah, of course, like, if you saw my radioactive reviews for all the previous Spider-Man games I played, you know that I'm honest when it comes to my reviews. Even though I love Web of Shadows, I gave it a 9, and Spider-Man 3 I gave an 8, which some say is, like, their least favorite Spider-Man game, or, like, they think it's the worst Spider-Man game. I think The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is way worse than that game. But yeah, of course, if you see my reviews, you know how harsh I can be, specifically for Edge of Time and The Amazing Spider-Man 2. But yeah, of course, when Spider-Man PS4 comes out, I love the game. Everything about it that I've seen so far is incredibly awesome to me. It catches my eye. I'm in love with what Insomniac is doing. But of course, like, there's a glitch where Spider-Man can swing right through a building. Oh, no, it's fine. Like, obviously I won't do that. But, like, yeah, if, like, the parkour's slow, or the traversal's janky, or, the combat's boring, or the graphics are bad, obviously I'm going to point those out. But what I've seen so far, there's nothing that I've seen that wants me to give it a bad review. Like, the one gripe that I have is that the parkour building, the scene where he's parkouring through the office building. Not one person in that building. That really irritates me a lot. There should be at least one person in that building. And also, the AI is kind of glitchy in the demo, and also during the Paris Games Week trailer, you see some AI. They look kind of glitchy on the sidelines. Again, like Brian and Tar keep saying, they're still working on it. That's why I don't really have anything bad to say about it so far, because they're working on it. They're working on it. They're working on it. They're working on it day in, day out, every day until 2018. And if that's late 2018, or even if they have to delay it to 2019, but I don't think that they will. They're giving it their all, and what I've seen, I think they're doing a great job, and I don't think that they're letting me down on any front. Again, I still prefer, even though the Paris Games Week trailer came out, I still prefer E3 2016's graphics over 2017's graphics, but the more and more that we see of the game, the better the graphics look. And that definitely goes with what the Paris Games Week trailer showed with Spider-Man's suit and the fabric, texture, lighting, however they want to put it. The way that the suit looks is getting better, and it's getting closer to what we had from E3 2016, which is, again, what I prefer in terms of the graphics. But yeah, definitely I'll be 100% honest when the game comes out. I'll do my Raid Active review for Spider-Man PS4. I'll give it my score, and yeah, I'll point out like best moments, worst moments, cons, pros, all that stuff. Again, another question from Amazing Lucas. Given they're still adding missions, do you have any specific missions you'd like to play or experience in Spider-Man PS4? I want a mission where you have to try and be Peter Parker, and then you have to fight a villain as Peter Parker. And this was what Spidey Skater Boy brought up in one of our collaboration videos. He was talking about, like, oh, what if the final boss, there's a shot where you begin as Peter Parker and you confront Norman Osborn, who's going to turn into the Green Goblin, for example, and then you, like, fight across the city, and, like, he has a glider, like Green Goblin has a glider, you're flying across the city, Spider-Man has a web line attached to the glider, he's, like, flying around the city, they fight above City Hall, they crash into City Hall, and then Spider-Man's mask is all ripped off, and then he has to, like, rip off his mask, and then Norman Osborn, he has to rip off his Goblin mask if he's, like, you know, if he's a flying Goblin, like, with the glider, or he's, like, the Ultimate Goblin, like the monster from the Ultimate Comics. You know, hopefully there's, like, a scene where you have to actually unmask yourself as Peter, like in the end of Spider-Man 2, where you have to fight Doc Ock as Spider-Man, where he's unmasked. That was awesome, and I hope that they can do that in this game, because that'd be super cool. And, like, you know, what if, like, Mary Jane's caught in the crossfire, and you have to save her, and other people are looking around like you don't want people to find out that you're Spider-Man or something like that, so that'd be really cool. And yeah, I just hope that they have a lot of action set pieces that can really showcase the you know, the high octane energy of Spider-Man, and also the really personal level of Peter Parker, and put that in a mission. I think that'd be great if they could do that. And given what the head writer John Paquette said, I think that's what we're getting. Sorry, my throat, my bad. Excuse me. Angelo God asks 3 questions. So question 1, what's your favorite horror movie or game? Favorite horror movie is The Thing. Favorite horror game is Until Dawn. What's the worst game or movie you have ever played or seen? Worst video game, I would say, one of the early Tomb Raider games. I don't know why, but I played it as a kid. When I played it, I just didn't like it at all. It was all clunky, it was stiff, it was not really that fun to do, and I didn't really like playing it. Worst movie I've seen? Semi-Pro. It's a movie with Will Ferrell. He's a basketball player. It's supposed to be a comedy, and all the like, they swear a lot in it, and it's just, I didn't find it funny. I kind of feel the same way about that with Talladega Nights. Talladega Nights is okay, but I'm not a fan of Semi-Pro at all. And then, of course, Angelo God says, congrats on 10K subs, Evan. You are awesome. Keep up the good work. Thank you, dude. Your support means the world to me. Thank you so much. Excuse me. The Spector, I'm assuming, SPKTOR, asks, do you have a specific situation that you have seen in a movie, TV show, or comic that you would like to recreate in Spider-Man PS4? Congratulations for the 10,000 subs. Thank you, dude. That means a lot to me. Certain situation from a movie, I would want it kind of where, I don't know because there were leaks going about it, which made me really upset because I didn't know if it was a true statement or a false statement. But when the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie was coming out, and then there were the leaks that Gwen Stacy dies in the movie, and I was like, no, that's probably fake. But then I saw more of the trailers. It's like, she's gonna die, which sucks. But then when I saw it happen, where in the comics she falls off the bridge. And then Spider-Man tries to web her with his webs, and a web line attaches to her shoe or her leg, and then the force of the impact of the immediate stopping of she's falling, and then stops suddenly, that snaps back her neck, and then she dies. In the movie, she falls down like all this debris of a clock tower, and I was like afraid like the debris was gonna hit her, like all the clock tower gears was gonna hit her in the face or something. I was like really scared to see what was happening. And I was like, even though all the clips said, like, oh, she's gonna die, I was still, like, hoping, like, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die. And then she slams her head down on the concrete pavement, like, internally concussing her head and bleeding out through her face. It was really upsetting, and I think I did cry. I didn't, like, bawl my eyes out, but I was, like, I did, like, shed a tear or two when I saw that scene in the movie. And, of course, the music didn't help either, with it being very emotional and sad. And, with Mary Jane being this friend or complicated love interest for Peter Parker, like longtime friend is the exact quote, longtime friend of Mary Jane and Peter Parker in this universe. I really hope that there's an emotional impact between Peter and Mary Jane, as well as Aunt May and Peter Parker, seeing how he cares about them. And if something bad happens to him, like, how is he going to react? Is he going to be really angry or really upset? Like with Peter and Eddie in the Ultimate Comics and also in the Ultimate Spider-Man video game was fantastic. How they showed that, like, longtime childhood friends, and then Eddie becomes Venom, and then Venom starts causing havoc, starts eating people. He almost tries to go after Peter and kill him on top of the museum, and then they fight on top of the building, and then Eddie gets away, and then Eddie is Venom now, and Peter's afraid of Eddie, or scared of him, or scared for him, as he says in the game. And that, the way they handled that, again, that needs to be an animated movie or something, or they need to use that storyline in a movie at some point, because that was just fantastic. And again, even though the symbiote's not in the game, who knows, maybe Eddie Brock could be in this game as a side character, I don't know. Maybe he could be working for Martin Lee at the Feast Shelter, and he could have, cancer like he did in the comics, where he was working at the Feast Shelter before he turned into Anti-Venom. Who knows, but what we've seen so far, I just really hope that they have an emotional point in the game, like with Last of Us, where Last of Us, Joel cries over his dead daughter's dead body, and then also almost, has a mental breakdown when Ellie's about to die to cure the world, because she is, like, immune to the virus, and then she has the power to cure the virus, but then Joel doesn't want her to die, so then he goes after her, and that's really, really intense. And I just hope Insomniac can create something like that in terms of emotional scale for Spider-Man. Like, same thing with Batman. Like, the ending of Batman Arkham Knight with the first-person Joker sequence, some people hate that sequence. That was one of the coolest sequences in the game for me. Like, you're seeing Batman confront his fears of becoming the Joker, or actually, like, embracing the Joker side of his brain, and then you're playing as Joker in Batman's mind, and then you, like, subconsciously defeat Joker, and then come back in reality to reveal yourself as Batman. I thought that was handled really well in the game, and if they can do, the same type of emotional stakes in Spider-Man PS4, I would really, really love that. So the next question is Rexy Team 100. What are your thoughts so far on what we have about Spider-Man PS4? Do you like it or dislike it in some ways? Love it. Everything about it. Love it. Again, the one thing, I want the AI to not glitch out, and I want the parkour to be challenging to do, or, actually, make the player control the parkour. Like, I want there to be actual controls to go along with, doing a flip, or jumping off this wall, and jumping on the ceiling, and then doing another flip like that. I want there to be that interaction for the game, instead of just, like, Web Rush again. And, no, I love it. Like, again, my hype level's through the roof. Every time you see me talk about the game, I get more and more excited. I think Insomniac's doing a great job, and can't wait to see what they show next, hopefully at PSX. Amazing Lucas again. Worst case scenario, what will you say if the game isn't what you've come to expect? Dun dun dun. Like, for example, like, oh, like Insomniac, they said, oh, the spider, the white spider, is there for a reason. We don't know what that reason is yet, but like some people are saying like, oh, they just did it because they wanted to make it look different from Homecoming, or oh, they wanted to make it look different from the other comics just to make it white, and that's it, like no purpose. If that does turn out to be true, of course, I'll be like, that's kind of sad. I mean, I still love how the suit looks, but I want to know what the significance of the white is. Is it like a really important story detail? Like, is the white supposed to honor Gwen's death or something? Or is it something small like, oh, I just felt like changing it up, like what people are claiming it. Oh, he just felt like changing his suit colors. Like, I hope not. Sorry. And, yeah, like, worst case scenario, what do you want, if the game isn't what I expect it to be, like if it's bad, I'll just be like, yeah, it's definitely not going to be as bad as The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was. You could say it looks like it. I'll understand that. You could say that, oh, this game is basically The Amazing Spider-Man 3. I'll get really upset, but I guess I understand. You know, if the game is exactly, oh, the game Spider-Man PS4 is The Amazing Spider-Man 3, then yeah, I'll be, you know, upset, and this entire journey that we've been on as the Spidey Squad, obviously, to see a game that is below average would obviously be upsetting, but again, that's not going to happen. You could say, like, well, Evan, don't be, you know, don't get your hopes up, don't get on the hype train. It's like, well, guys, I'm not trying to be like, oh, this game is going to be the best game in the universe. It's going to beat the Arkham games. It's going to beat Uncharted. It's going to beat all that. It's going to beat Spider-Man 2, which I think it might, you know. But, you know, I have a lot of faith, given what Insomniac Games have done with their past games, seeing how they've developed them with a lot of passion, a lot of unique developer standpoints, with the traversal that they used in Sunset Overdrive, the action and the humor that they used in Ratchet & Clank, and the hardcore emotional stakes that they used in Resistance, and they're doing all that in Spider-Man PS4, and I know that they're not going to let us down. I already know that for sure. But again, if it does end up sucking, then I'll just be upset, of course. But I'll definitely not be upset of the Spidey Squad existing, because I'm beyond lucky that I could be able to talk to you guys and be a part of this Spider-Man family with all of you. That was part of the journey for me when the game, like, say the game comes out, I have the game in my hand. The first thing I'm going to do, of course, is just thank you all for supporting me on Twitter and on YouTube. Like, make a video about it probably and just say, we're here, we made it, it's finally happening, we have the game, and I am just so lucky to have gone on this journey with you guys. And that's what the main important part of this game is now, is just going on this journey with all of you who are just as excited, if not more excited for this game than all the other Spidey Squad members and I are. And it's just a great feeling seeing that with all you guys and sharing that excitement together. It's awesome. Sorry for the airplanes. I hate living near an airport. Okay, we have Spider-Man HZ. Hi, and congrats for the 10K subscribers, and I couldn't have been more excited that ask you questions, so here we go. That's his words, not mine, but thank you, dude, for your support. One, favorite Marvel cartoon aside from Spider-Man, the animated series, the new animated series, Neil Patrick Harris. Favorite Marvel cartoon? I don't know why. I really do like Wolverine and the X-Men. There's this other X-Men series called X-Men Evolution. That one's really good, too. I actually really do like Wolverine and the X-Men. I thought it was a really great show, and I really did like the way Steve Blum portrayed Logan, of course, and just the characters in the show were really, really great, and really good character twists as well with certain characters. Favorite Spider-Man cartoon besides the new animated series? Spectacular Spider-Man, obviously. Favorite exclusive game from PS1, PS2, and PS3. Favorite exclusive game from PS1... I don't even know if PS1 had exclusive games, but I would just say probably Spider-Man PS1, even though that was on the N64 as well, but that's the only game I can think of on the PS1. PS2, Sly Cooper, Honor Among Thieves. A lot of people love Band of Thieves as their favorite Sly Cooper game. I love Honor Among Thieves the most. And also PS3, probably Infamous, the first one, because it was just such a cool game to play in 2009, seeing what the capabilities of the PS4 were, and seeing how Sucker Punch, the company that made Sly Cooper and then they made Infamous, was like, wow, that's really, really cool to see that they did that. Thank you for your question, Spider-Man HC. Number 3, favorite animated YouTuber. I don't know, like, Do you mean a YouTuber that does comic books? Sorry, no, a YouTuber that does animation like Domix. Like, I watch Domix. He's okay. Animated YouTuber, though, like, if you're talking about, like, oh, what's up, guys? I'm back for another video, like Jacksepticeye or PewDiePie. I don't watch any of those guys. I mainly watch all the Spidey Squad members' videos and, like, Game Ranks. I just watch Game Ranks because I like to be stated in the news of video game developer stuff. Of course, like, Godzilla Mendoza, like, you know, other Marvel comic book video-making people, and, Funhouse, I try to watch them from time to time. They're really funny. Your Movie Sucks. He's a good one, too. He's funny. And Mr. Sunday Movies. I would probably go with Mr. Sunday Movies, actually, since he's animated. He does animated stuff. Thank you for your question, Spider-Man HC. It means a lot. And now we got Waru Boy. We got 3 questions from fellow Spidey Squad member Waru Boy. Number 1, what was your favorite comic news channel? You know, I'm subscribed to Comic Book Cast. They were usually they are still my go-to guys for all the comic book news. I also like Variant Comics, I mean. He's pretty good. Eric Quinones. I think I'm saying his name right. I believe that's his name. He's pretty good. I like their videos a lot when they review movies and comics. And then when they break down characters, like the history of characters. Another question from Waru Boy. Do you have a Nintendo Switch? Are you planning to get one in the future? I want a Nintendo Switch very badly. Super Mario Odyssey looks incredible. I'm not a big Zelda fan, sorry. Breath of the Wild, though, does look very cool. But if I were to get a Switch, I'd probably just get Super Mario Odyssey and just leave it there. Because I love Mario. Mario's awesome. New Donk City, or as like people calling it, New Dank City, looks amazing. What are your thoughts on the DCU as a whole? Okay, this is a question I wanted to ask, so thank you, Warboy, for wanted to have answer. So thank you, Warboy, for asking this question. Man of Steel is my favorite DCEU movie. It's on my top 5, actually, of favorite superhero movies of all time is actually Man of Steel. I liked Batman vs. Superman. I despise Suicide Squad. And Wonder Woman was pretty good, but I haven't seen Justice League yet. I don't know. As a whole, it doesn't feel like a universe, you know? Like, so far, we have a Superman movie. Then I see Batman vs. Superman as a Man of Steel sequel, you know? Like, even though, oh, it's shown from Batman's perspective, the movie, I really do see it as Man of Steel 2. And then we have a Suicide Squad movie, which doesn't even connect with the other movies, and it doesn't fit the tone of this universe at all. And also, you know, in Justice League, I asked, like, hey, guys, did they even mention Suicide Squad in Justice League? And people said no. So it's like, oh, great. So, like, they don't even want to acknowledge that movie. And Wonder Woman was just a prequel, so it was a prequel to Batman vs. Superman and Man of Steel, you know? Like, so, you know, I don't know. It's pretty good. Of course, I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe way more, but, again, Man of Steel is my favorite Superman movie of all time and favorite DCEU movie of all time, so I just want there to be justice done to this universe, because I really do like Ben Affleck as Batman. I love Henry Cavill as Superman. Gal Gadot's fine as Wonder Woman. Suicide Squad, everyone was bad in my opinion. I didn't like anyone. Even Margot Robbie. Like, oh, let's get a really hot actress, dress her up in a skimpy outfit, and then just show her butt throughout the entire movie. That's how we'll get money. And it was bad. I didn't like it. And the villain was trash. Enchantress and what's his name? I don't even know. You know, the brother. Enchantress's brother was a terrible villain. Okay, Resist Day. Peter Parker, Alex Mercer. I gotta go with Alex Mercer. Good question. Benjamin Fritz, of course, awesome Spider-Man fan overall. He's been in a collab with me, and he's been with the Spidey Squad and I ever since, like, the early days, so Benjamin's awesome. Congrats on 10K subs. Thank you, Benjamin. His first question is, are you planning to do another collaboration video with the community, aka Family Again, anytime soon? Yes, I will. If you guys didn't see, I'm going to be doing a collaboration video discussing about the other heroes that could be in Spider-Man PS4. Again, we know for a fact that Doctor Strange exists in this universe, so it's like, who else? Or is the Avengers project connected to Spider-Man PS4? Are we going to get other, you know, team references, like maybe people from the Defenders, or the Fantastic Four, or X-Men, or Runaways, you know, anything like that? So that's going to be the next collaboration video, and you guys can be a part of it, which would be very fun. Next question. How would you design the suit in Spider-Man PS4 if it's customizable? I think it's already perfect. I mean, I would switch the white to black and see how that looks, but I really do like the white. The white is now, like, fully grown on me. The white is, like, super cool to see in the suit. If you can customize certain parts, though, I would want to have maybe, like, I don't know, like, the logo to be bigger or something, maybe more dangerous looking, and maybe have the web pattern have more webs, because the webs seem like, you know, like with, the web pattern with Homecoming Spider-Man, like the MCU Spider-Man, like it's kind of wide, whereas in the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2's costume, there's like a lot of webs everywhere, and I love that web design, so I would change like the web pattern on his suit. That's like the main things I would change, and maybe the web shooters. If you could change how the web shooters look, that'd be cool. Number 3, how tall are you? I'm 5'10". I think I'm getting a bit bigger, but I am 5. Last time I checked, I'm 5'10". 4, when do you predict the game will come out? Given what Sean Layden said, it's going to come out the first half of 2018, but again, what Insomniac have said, like, oh, it's going to come out when it comes out, so that's why they always say it's just 2018, so it could mean early 2018, mid 2018, or late 2018, we have no idea, we'll just have to wait and see, but, I'm sticking with what Sean Layden said, and I'm going to say, sadly, maybe May or June of 2018, because God of War comes out early 2018, which is the PlayStation exclusive that Sony's going to release the first quarter of the year in 2018 is God of War. Then it's not an exclusive, but it is still a big game, is Red Dead Redemption 2, which is spring of 2018, which is what we were thinking that Spider-Man would release in spring of 2017 or spring of 2018, but it's Red Dead Redemption 2. Spider-Man, I think it is going to come out May or June of 2018. I think that would make sense. Thank you, Benjamin, for your questions. You are awesome, dude. Love you so much. Next question, King of Gameplay. How do you think the free roam will be? In the D23 and Paris Games Week footage, we saw Spider-Man smash through a car window and kick the driver with the same animation, but with a different car. I think that's a car chase side mission. It looks like it's going to get repetitive to me. TASM 2. So, the first question, how do I think the free roam will be? I think, again, with Brian and Tar, what he said, you can have tons of different methods. You can have wall running, wall crawling, web swinging, parkouring. They're really trying to make the traversal very unique and very intricate to the player to use different methods of getting around town. So I'm not worried about the traversal at all. Just look at Sunset Overdrive, and you'll see what I'm talking about. As for the side missions, I do see that. That's the same animation they did where it's badass, but he goes on top of the car, he goes through the window, kicks out the driver, and stands on the car. He's probably going to catch the car and put it down, too. You know, and also with the scene where he's on the truck where he webs the guy up and then kicks him away. That looks like a side mission as well. I don't know. It looks really fun to me. The thing with TASM 2, why it got so repetitive, and also TASM 1, is that there wasn't really also an incentive to do it. Like, oh, you'll just get some experience, and then that's it. Like, also, you could say that with Ultimate Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2, people's, favorite Spider-Man games, and then you have the car chases and the missions that you can do, and Spider-Man 2 with the endless crimes, where you could go onto the ground and talk to people, and like, oh, there's a guy, getting away with that car, or oh, there's a guy where his leg is injured, go take him to the hospital. And then you also did that in Ultimate Spider-Man, like, oh, there's a little, bleep on the map that, oh, gotta go and save people or do something in the city. It gets repetitive if you think it gets repetitive. Like, for me, that animation looks so sick on the car. That's not going to get old for me at all. I see it every time when I see my Spider-Man PS4 101 intro that I made, the new 101 intro. I put that in the intro that I made because it just looks so cool. And I don't think it's going to get repetitive because you could also say that with Batman Arkham Knight, or also Grand Theft Auto. Like, Grand Theft Auto, you drive, you do races, you do side missions, even though there's like tons and tons and tons and tons of missions you can do in Grand Theft Auto, but still, you know what I mean. Like, I don't think it will get repetitive for me. It definitely, like, say you do it for like a straight week, it might seem like, I've done the same car side mission over and over and over again. I want to do something different. I get that, but I think you'll be fine. For me personally, I think it's going to be fine. Thank you for your question, though. King of Gameplay, you're awesome. Next question is Amazing Spider-Man. Do you plan to play any other Marvel games like LEGO Marvel Superheroes on your channel? Maybe. Again, I love Marvel and I love DC. And I'm playing Prototype right now. That's not even a Marvel or DC game, but, who knows? If you guys want me to, I could. I also have the Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction game. I also have Marvel Nemesis, which is awesome. I love Marvel Nemesis. Marvel Nemesis is like one of my most favorite Marvel fighting games. I really don't like Marvel vs. Capcom, the series overall. because it's like 2D fighting game like Injustice or Street Fighter. I love fighting games like Soul Calibur or Marvel Nemesis, and Marvel Nemesis is a Marvel game, so I could play it for you guys if you want me to. But yeah, we'll just see what else happens. Because another Marvel game is Hulk, Spider-Man, Punisher has his own game, but I can never find it. And there's a Captain America game and some bad Iron Man games, but yeah, just mainly Spider-Man for me is what I'm sticking with. And Ultimate Alliance, a lot of you guys like Ultimate Alliance. I don't really like Ultimate Alliance that much. It's like that kind of RPG game that I'm not really fond of. It's not my type of game, but it's fine. But I don't think I would play on my channel. Another question from Amazing Spider-Man: why did you decide to form the Spidey Squad? Again, I didn't decide to do it. It was just a fun, amazing, happy accident. Like, I was making videos one day. I saw other people on the internet. They were making videos about Spider-Man PS4. I said, hey, you have an awesome video. And they said, oh, thanks. They checked out my channel, and they shouted me out on their channels. And then we just decided to get together and have fun and form this community, and which is now a giant family. Like, when we started, we had, like, I would say, like, less than 10 members. Now we have, like, 50 official members and over, like, over 1,000 Twitter followers. And, obviously, like, a lot of people on our Discord server, which is insane. And thank you so much for supporting us every day, guys. It means the world to us. And I didn't decide to make it. It just happened, and I couldn't be more thankful for you guys supporting us day in and day out and making the Spidey Squad what it is today, because without you guys supporting us day in and day out, the Spidey Squad wouldn't exist. So thank you. Thank you, Amazing Spider-Man, for your question. Next question comes from Boosted TV. Do you think there will be a skill tree in Spider-Man PS4? Maybe. I hope there is, but if I had to put money on it, I would say yes, actually, because they had one in Ratchet & Clank, I believe, and then in I forget how they did it in Sunset Overdrive, because I think you could only upgrade your weapons. I don't know if you could upgrade your character, but you could upgrade your weapons, and there was a lot of options for upgrades. So I think that's kind of Insomniac's style. So I think that they also would add a skill tree for also the gadgets, like maybe the gadgets with the trip mine webbing, the tripwire webbing. Maybe it'll be like, oh, you could either make the wire go out farther, like, oh, it's going farther and farther for the web to reach, or maybe it could get like 2 people at once. Like, it could shoot out 2 web lines at once. That could be an option that you could do. So you could either make it to get more people or get a guy from a longer distance. So that would be a cool option for people, and also to think strategically to how to think like Peter Parker, like a smart guy. So thank you for your question, Boosted TV. Raphael asks, how long do you expect the Spider-Man PS4 campaign to be? I expect it to be over 6 hours for sure, but how long I want it to be, I don't know if this makes sense, because I don't know if this is for sure. I may be over-exaggerating, but I'm pretty sure the Batman Arkham Combat is 10 hours long, or maybe more, and I think the Sunset Overdrive campaign is like 7-8 hours or so. So I hope that this Spider-Man game is very long. I do want it to be long. I think if we're getting an exclusive Spider-Man game, I think we deserve the campaign to be a long story with great plot points, awesome character developments, great twists, awesome story character roles, and awesome conclusions with boss fights, and replayability with New Game Plus, hopefully, and side missions to do, and collectibles to gather, and all that stuff. But for the main campaign, I do want it. I think it needs to be over 6 hours, but I expect it to be at least over 8 hours. If it's over 10 hours, that's amazing, but I want it to be at least over 8 hours. I think we deserve that. I think that's a good compromise. Next up, Childish Al Pacino. Do you think YouTubers will get it early to showcase gameplay? If so, what do you think your chances are of getting one? So I mean Spider-Man PS4. So do you think YouTubers will get Spider-Man PS4 early to showcase gameplay? Yes. Jacksepticeye and Strawberry17, that's another YouTuber, they interviewed Brian Intar and Bill Roseman at D23, and they gave him like a free Spider-Man PS4 t-shirt, I think. So, and Jacksepticeye has like millions of subscribers and millions of viewers, so he would obviously get the game early, I think. If I were to get one, I would probably crap my pants, but even though I have 10,000 subscribers, that is considered small. So how companies like Sony and PlayStation like to do things is that, like, for example, Robin Gaming is a really great YouTuber, and he loves Uncharted and Naughty Dog, and he got an early copy of Uncharted 4 when it came out. He got like a week early, I believe, to review it and showcase gameplay of it, I believe, or just talk about it, I think. So yeah, those are for bigger YouTubers. For me, I don't think I'm that worthy, but I would be beyond happy if Insomniac, if you want to send the Spidey Squad and I some free copies, thank you. But if you don't, totally understand. If I were to get one early, and they asked me like, hey Evan, you know, do you want to play the game early and showcase your gameplay of the game? I'd be more than happy to, of course. I would freak out, of course, if I could do that. But yeah, to show the gameplay early and review it early for you guys, of course, I'd be more than happy to do that. Again, if I'm gonna get one, I don't think so. I wish I could, but I don't know. Another question for him: top 5 suits you want in the game. I did a video about this, but to break it down quickly, I think Ultimate Spider-Man black suit, Spider-Man Unlimited, Spider-Phoenix, classic Scarlet Spider, and the Last Stand Spider-Man. Those last two, I don't think I said in my video, but I did do a video about my top 5 suits that I do want to be in the game. Just go check that out. But yeah, I think just, you know, suits that we have seen a lot of, but I just want to see them in next gen. You know, the black suit, of course, that's like a requirement for any Spider-Man game to have. Alternate suit, I think, is the black suit. So hopefully we get that in the game. Even though the black suit in the story is not going to be in the game, like Venom or anything like that, I want it to be an alternate skin, at least. Thank you for your question. Childish Al Pacino means a lot to me. You're awesome. as well as all of you other guys, you're awesome too. Another question. Mickey Sai, what's your favorite non-superhero related game? Bully. Bully from Rockstar Games. Jimmy Hopkins is my boy. And also Prototype, but mainly if I had to choose Prototype or Bully, well, scratch that. Prototype's kind of like a superhero game, so Bully. Bully is like Grand Theft Auto for Kid Edition, except it's so damn funny and so fun to play overall. Like, funny in the sense, like, the characters are hilarious when they, you know, say their dialogue, and you can roam around the school and the town that the school is located in, have relationships with people, go to classes and stuff like that. I love that. That you know, simulation kind of feel to it is just so great. And the main character, Jimmy Hopkins, is so great overall. Let's see. Thank you for your question, dude. Proxy.xyz. What would be your ideal Spider-Man 4? So like the movie, what we were already going to get, Bruce Campbell would have been Mysterio, and John Malkovich would have been Vulture, which would be amazing. And if we were to get that in Spider-Man 4, what we were supposed to get, I think that would have been great. And some people are saying, like, oh, they should have ended Spider-Man 3 with Eddie turning into Venom, and then they should have had Spider-Man 4 be Spider-Man versus Venom. I don't know about that. You know, I like Spider-Man 3. Obviously, it's my 4th favorite Spider-Man movie out of top 5. Well, I guess it's top 6 now since Homecoming's out, so it's my 5th favorite Spider-Man movie is Spider-Man 3. But yeah, you know, for Spider-Man 4, I just want Mysterio and Vulture. I think that would have been great. And obviously, maybe some more connections with, Gwen Stacy, with, Bryce Dallas Howard. That's the actress's name who portrayed, Gwen Stacy in Spider-Man 3. Hopefully, I wanted to see more connections and relationships with her, because I did like her character in, Spider-Man 3, but I obviously prefer Emma Stone way more than Bryce Dallas Howard, of course. Let's see. Peter Parker asks, in your opinion, what has been most time-consuming but fun video you've made? I think this one. And also the collabs. All the collabs that I do, they take quite a while to edit. I work on them like ever since like during the day to nighttime. That's how long I spent editing those videos. Specifically, the collaboration I did with a lot of the other Spider-Man PS4 fans and Spidey Squad members, where we discussed Peter Parker gameplay. That one was a lot of fun to do, talking to everybody, seeing what their thoughts were, and also just, you know, getting their thoughts in the video was great, and I had tons of fun doing that video with you guys. Any collaboration I get to do with you guys makes my day, and I'm just happy I get to actually continue to do videos like that with you guys, and it's just awesome. So thank you for your question, Peter. Rexy Team, who's your favorite YouTuber and why? That's a tough one, because I don't really have a favorite YouTuber. I did like, Funhouse or Inside Gaming as they were beforehand, but then they switched to Funhouse. Because me, personally, I don't like Achievement Hunter. I think they're kind of they're fine people, I guess, but they're kind of too, I don't want to say douchey, but they're kind of like, I don't know, something about them, I just don't really like their vibe that I get from them. And then Funhouse is a part of Achievement Hunter now, and then they're having a lot of the Achievement Hunter people go on to Funhouse, and then there's a lot of the people from Inside Gaming that left Funhouse, which sucks to me, like Spool, and I think Joel, and I love them, and I think they left them, or they went to do other things. As for like a solo YouTuber that I watch consistently, day in and day out, I guess Mr. Sunday Movies, he's really funny, I love all of his videos that he does, even, like, I love comic booky stuff. Like, I don't really care that much about Star Wars, but even if he does do a video about Star Wars, I'll still just watch it just to hear him talk about it, because I'm just bored or have nothing else to do, or he's funny when he does his videos. So, yeah, I guess my answer would be Mr. Sunday Movies. Yeah, he's really funny. I love the Weekly Planet as well. It's awesome. So thank you, Rexy, for your question. Ray Senju asks, other than Marvel/DC, do you also watch anime? If so, which ones have you watched? I'm going to be honest with you guys. Yes, I am a weeb. I do watch anime. There is a lot, actually, that some have actually been recommended to me by you guys, or some have actually been recommended to by my friends, and actually some I've just discovered, because I actually, you know, even though it may seem weird, when I was a kid, I watched Spirited Away. That movie is great. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a normie, I guess, but I don't like English subs. I watch English dub because I just prefer the dubs over the subs. Subs is fine, but I prefer dubs. But when I was a kid, I watched Spirited Away. That movie was insane. Also, there was this one, I always forget, but there's this one anime movie where it's this girl with the she's like a witch or something like that, and she, you know, she has like that red ribbon and blue dress, and she's a little girl, and she's flying away on a broomstick. It's great. I love that movie. Recent animes that I have seen that actually have kind of, I will admit, being honest, I've shed a tear through them. Clannad and Sword Art Online is another really great one. And recently I'm watching Canon, K-A-N-O-N, Canon or Canon, something like that. Pretty good. You know, I really like Clannad though. Like I just watched it. Like the first, like there's Clannad and then there's Clannad After Story. It's like season 2 pretty much. If you guys don't really know a lot about anime, I saw the first season. I really liked it, and then season 2 made me cry like a punk. Like specifically like near like the last 5 episodes. Even in the dubs, because some of you guys like say, oh, the dubs ruin it. No, I think the dubs increase it for me, because it's like, because I'm not reading the text and then being distracted by the visual. I'm just hearing what they're talking about in the show. And then when there's a scene that happens in regards to the main character and then another character that ends up, you know, something bad ends up happening to her, and then that made me cry so sad. Especially like what the main character goes through throughout the whole series, and then you see what happens. It's so depressing, and like it's such a great story though, and I actually really like anime. If you guys have any recommendations for me, like anime to watch, please give me some, because I'm actually looking for some like in my free time and just watch like Marvel shows, or like, you know, the Netflix Marvel shows, or the TV ABC shows, or, you know, anime. Like if there's anything like that, like I would say, like, if you have any recommendations for like a school anime, or like a romantic comedy type anime, or even like a dramatic anime, like any recommendations would be great, because that way I can watch it. And I love, it's really great stories. I do say so myself. I won't lie to you guys. I'm honest with you guys. So yeah, I do like anime. So thank you for your question. Ray, means a lot. Now you guys know I love anime, or like anime. So yeah. Poria asks, do you think Jacksepticeye has Spider-Man PS4 early because it happened to him on Horizon Zero Dawn? I didn't know about that. I didn't know Jacksepticeye got Horizon Zero Dawn early, and I didn't see him talk about the game at all when it comes out, mainly because I don't watch Jacksepticeye. I don't watch those gaming YouTubers. Like, I don't watch Markiplier, I don't watch Jacksepticeye, I don't watch PewDiePie, that's for sure, and I don't watch, you know, any of those guys, really. But like I said earlier, I think Jacksepticeye will probably get an early copy of Spider-Man PS4. If he plays the game, like say for example he gets an early copy, and say if he plays the game and he just, like, you know, just sucks at it, I'll be so mad. And like he sucks at it and he doesn't know what he's talking, like, oh, this game was made by Sucker Punch, and oh, the white spiders just to look different. Like, you know, if he says stuff that obviously is not true, or if he just doesn't know about the game, after he interviewed 2 of the creative directors of the game, I will be very pissed. I'll actually be very upset, because this is a YouTuber that people look up to, they actually like, and that they're inspired by him, which is interesting. Yeah, if he plays the game and he does like a disservice, like for example, like people who play Batman, like, oh, they suck at the combat, like, oh, I pressed that button, oh, I pressed this button, it didn't work, the controller's broken. Like, no, you're bad at it, you didn't do it, and you messed up, just admit it. So if he does something like that for Spider-Man, and he doesn't, you know, like, he doesn't respect it, then I'll be actually really upset. From what we've seen, though, with his interview with Brian Antar and Bill Roseman, he does sound like he does care, he does sound like he is excited. I just hope that that's true, and not just him doing it because of the interview, you know? I hope he genuinely feels that way. Because I see him on Twitter sometimes, he posts pictures of himself wearing the white Spider-Man PS4 shirt, so I think he does care about the game, but yeah. I think he will have an early copy of it. So thank you, Poria, for your question. Next up is Steve Nguyen. Nguyen, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, dude, but Steven. Hi, Evan. 2 questions that I would like to ask. 1, is YouTube your full-time job? Yes. 2, will you be covering news for other games you are excited for after Spider-Man PS4 comes out? Yes. P.S. I'm a big fan and always excited to see your videos, and congrats on 10K. Thank you, dude. Steven, that means a lot to me. Yeah, again, YouTube right now is my full-time job. I did work as a lifeguard at my school. At my school, it had a pool, my high school, and at the time, I was a lifeguard there, and that was like a side-time job. But now, full-time, I actually do YouTube, and I actually do make a solid, you know, amount of income from it because of you guys, and that's why I'm so thankful for you guys day in and day out for your support, because you guys continue to make my dreams come true with being able to do these videos for fun and also as an income. And it's great. And yeah, and obviously in the future, like, I'm super excited for Ghost of Tsushima. I'm super excited for Death Stranding. Super excited. If it's rumored, and if it is true, Soul Calibur 6. Yeah, dude. Oh, I need Soul Calibur 6 so badly. But yeah, definitely expect some other games I might be covering that aren't Marvel or superhero related on my channel. Even though I'm the head of the Spidey Squad, and the Spidey Squad and I love Spider-Man, obviously we like other things. The Spidey Squad and I, we like DC, we like Batman, we like, some of us like, you know, some of the other Spidey Squad members like Rick and Morty, other people like Blade Runner, you know, like sci-fi movies and stuff like that, Star Wars, you know, so yeah, you know, we'll be definitely doing other things in the future, for sure. Definitely is me as well. Spider-Man asks, what is your favorite Spider-Man game? Web of Shadows. Anthony Concepcion, but Anthony asks, if there were to be a remaster of any Spider-Man game, what would you want to be remastered? Mine would be Spider-Man 2 and 3. That's awesome. Me, I've been thinking about this. Like, if I had to choose one, would it be Web of Shadows or Ultimate Spider-Man? I say not Spider-Man 2 because it's a movie tie-in game, so movie tie-in games usually don't get remasters or anything like that. So Ultimate Spider-Man and Web of Shadows are original Spider-Man games that aren't tied into a movie. If I had to choose one, though, I would say definitely Ultimate Spider-Man, because even though, funny enough, that game looks good enough as it is on the PS2 with its cel-shaded art design, which looks great, and Shattered Dimensions pretty much is a remastered version of the art style for Ultimate Spider-Man when you play the Ultimate Dimension. But again, that game's story, the gameplay, the music, everything about that game was perfect. It's close to a 10 as it can ever be for like a solid 10 out of 10 Spider-Man game. And sadly, some people may have not played it. They played Spider-Man 2 because everyone loves Spider-Man 2, but not a lot of people talk about Ultimate Spider-Man or Web of Shadows. However, if I did have to choose, I would actually say Ultimate Spider-Man, because playing as Venom, are you kidding me? How cool is that? I want to play as Venom on a PS4. I need that. So thank you, Anthony, for your question. I think we're getting close. I don't know that for sure. I'm probably just guessing. I think we are getting close, though. Next question is from Jordan Morrison. What really got you into Spider-Man to begin with, the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie? Also, do you remember how excited you were for Spider-Man 3 when it shows the black suit? I remember clear as day how excited I was for Spider-Man 3. Again, I was born in 1998, so in 2007 I was 9 years old, and it just, like, I was just on my computer just looking at Spider-Man things, and all of a sudden I see this little trailer for something, and like, what is that? And then I saw it, like, this cool music was playing, and the screen was showing this red fabric, and then it showed like a silver line, and then the music was getting intense, and then it showed this black ooze kind of going over it, and then it freaking pulled out, and it showed the new black suit movie logo, and the black suit Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man taking off the black suit in the church tower, and Toby, like, you know, and, you know, like, what, or Mary Jane saying, like, what's happened to you? And, like, I don't know, but I have to stop it, you know, like, holy, like, I got so hyped. I was, like, I was so excited for that movie, and when I was a kid, as 9 years old, it didn't let me down at all. Here, of course, though, it does have problems, of course, but, when it came out as a kid, it's one of, like, my favorite childhood memories, and I still really do like the game and the movie. But yeah, I was just so hyped seeing the trailer for the first time. Seeing Venom in that Comic-Con footage as well. Oh, so cool. So cool. Next up, Spider-Man asks, what is your favorite Spider-Man show? Spider-Man the New Animated Series. That's awesome. I might review that. If you guys want me to, I might actually review Spider-Man the New Animated Series. That'd be fun. I could tell you exactly why I like it so much, besides the soundtrack. That's like the main reason why I do like it, though, is the amazing score that show has. Sorry, water. My God. My bad. Talking into a camera straight without moving for an hour plus really does get to your throat. So, sorry. Raphael asks, how many Spider-Man PS4 games do you think there will be, and do you think they will make spin-offs and sequels like the Arkham series? Well, we do know that this is going to be a series of games, because obviously this game is going to sell extremely well, but that's also been said, like, Insomniac, like, now that this is, the Spider-Man PS4 is the first step on their journey with Marvel games. So again, like Square Enix, they mentioned this multi-year, multi-partnership deal that they're going to have with Marvel, creating different Marvel games. Like, we're going to get the Avengers project, and there's also rumors about a Guardians of the Galaxy game, like a AAA Guardians of the Galaxy game, which is really, really cool. And of course, there's also Spider-Man. Like, of course, we're going to get Spider-Man PS4. The sequel might come out maybe in 2020, or maybe later. You know, it might take a couple of years to make another Spider-Man PS4. And yeah, I think it's going to get a lot of sequels, definitely. I think the series, I should say, a lot of installments in the series. The Arkham games had 4, like 4 console games. I know there was like a mobile game on there somewhere. But Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Origins, and Arkham Knight. Spider-Man PS4, I think it might get like 3 games. Even though Ratchet & Clank has like a bajillion games, and then Resistance has 3 games, I think, and then Sunset Overdrive only has 1 game. Although Insomniac did say they do want to make Sunset Overdrive 2, which is really cool to hear. But for Spider-Man, this is what they're focusing on now, and I think we're going to get maybe like 3 total. So Spider-Man PS4, Marvel Spider-Man, and then 2 others, I think. I think that would be a good amount. Jonathan Aldemar asks, what if Spider-Man gets delayed? I'll be very upset, and so will the other Spidey Squad members, and we'll just have to keep waiting and waiting until 2019, until it comes out. But again, I don't think that's going to happen, because they specified 2018. They said that it's officially going to come out 2018. It's not going to be delayed. That's why they were smart, and in 2016, they didn't say when it's coming out. They just said it's coming soon, it's coming out sometime, but obviously that made us upset when we waited a full year for news, and we got no news. But it was smart of them to say, oh, it's you know, if say they revealed it in 2016, then they said, oh, it's coming out 2017, and it's like, oh, sorry, it's coming out 2018. Like, obviously that would make us upset. So now it is confirmed it's coming out 2018. We just don't know when. So at least we know for sure it is coming out next year and not 2019 or anything like that. Tygus asks, congrats on reaching 10K, dude. I've been supporting you since last year when Spider-Man PS4 was revealed. Thank you, dude. Love you so much. Your support means the world to me. Now here's my question. What is your favorite game that you never showed on your channel? No Spider-Man Prototype or Ratchet & Clank. Bully. Bully is my favorite game. I wouldn't say of all time, but it's up there for sure. Bully is definitely up there as like one of my top 5 video games. It's like one of my favorite childhood memories with my dad, because my dad and I used to play games together when I was a kid. And Bully's just amazing. Bully is such a good game. It's so funny and so intricate in how they handled that game as well. It's so good. Please play it. If you haven't played Bully, please play it. It's amazing. The next question is from Arian Rastogi, if I'm saying your name right. Sorry if I'm not. How do you have so much free time? Don't you go to school, university or something? So I did. Like I said, I did go to San Jose State University on a scholarship, and I had a major there as political science, and then I continued my year, and then after the first semester, I switched my major to undeclared because I didn't want to do political science anymore. And then I went there, and then I went there, and then I went there, and then I just couldn't deal with it anymore. The classes were pathetically awful. The teachers didn't care about the students, in my opinion, where I was there doing these classes. They didn't really seem that enthusiastic to teach, let alone, like, they just said, oh, you know, people are paying, certain students have to pay to go to university, and they, like, all these parents save up money, years and years of their income to send their kids to college, and then they go to these teachers nowadays, and then they just give you, like, you know, like a paper, like, oh, you know, read the paper and read, you know, fill out the form and do your homework, and that's it. And then even if you're gone, like when I was at San Jose State University, they, you know, you could go to a class and then you could, you know, leave the class whenever you want, and they just did not care at all. And for a freshman, that was pathetic, seeing the lack of, you know, it's higher education. It's a higher form of education that college is supposed to be. And I went there and I didn't feel that. So I left there, and it's not like I dropped out. I finished my entire year of a freshman, but then I didn't, you know, I officially left. I guess you could consider that dropping out, but I got all straight A's on my classes when I got my grade, my report card back, you know, my grades, how they were. And I just say, you know what, this isn't for me, college isn't for me, and I'm just not going to be here anymore. Sorry, but it's not for me. It couldn't be for you either, you know, and if you guys, like some of the Spidey Squad members, Terry, Talented Gamer HD, him and I are talking a lot about college, and we're talking about it. He's going back and forth whether he should go or not. And yeah, if you guys are in high school and you want to go to college, more power to you. If you have a specific thing you want to go out and do to college, like you want to be a doctor or something else, then you want to you want to get in the gaming industry. Like everyone at Insomniac Games, they had to go to a university at some point. And yeah, go for it. But me, I never really, I just went straight from high school, took summer break, and then went right into college. I didn't take a year off or anything like some people usually would do. I went from high school to college, and that was probably the mistake because I didn't have any time to really figure it out for myself, which is why I was just doing YouTube in the meantime, because that was the one thing I knew for a fact I was really interested in was YouTube. I'm good at writing essays and also doing things in regards to public speaking. I'm really good at public speaking. And I'm also very, you know, equipped with trying to do assignments that for other classes that require like in-depth analysis and good explanation, writing out essays, and also researching how the college system works of educational stuff. I'm good at that, but because I'm good at it doesn't mean I love it. You know, I believe if you want to do something as a career, you should do it if you love it. So that's why I spent that year-long research project researching about college, because it was something I'm interested in, and that's why. Even though you guys may say, why do you only do Spider-Man PS4 videos? You shouldn't do just Spider-Man PS4 videos. Well, I like Spider-Man, and this game is really, really, really important to me, and I really, really, really feel like doing videos about the game. So, yeah, sorry if you don't like it, but you don't have to watch my videos, and you can watch me play Prototype instead, or talk about something else, or watch the other Spidey Squad members. But yeah, we like Spider-Man PS4. I like Spider-Man PS4, and it's going to keep being that way. Even when the game comes out, I'll probably still be doing videos about the game, like saying what my top 5 what were the top 5 boss fights in the game, what were my top 5 best moments that I had with the game, what were the worst moments, you know, anything like that, and reviewing it and playing it, you know, doing a radioactive replay of it, of course. So yeah, and yes, to answer your question, YouTube is pretty much a full-time thing. So when I get up in the morning, I go and check Twitter, see what you guys are saying. I plan out other videos. I check in with the Spidey Squad, seeing what's going on. I check news and seeing if there's any new news for the game, and obviously I have to do stuff around the house, and I obviously do other things just than YouTube, but primarily it is YouTube that I spend my main time on doing. But yeah, thank you for your question, Archie. Arian. Thank you for it. It's awesome. Now I'm going to Archie Smith. Is there a certain milestone you would like to hit in the future? Well, I'm already here at 10,000, so if you guys can get me up to 20,000, that'd be absolutely insane. And thank you so much. And again, I just want to kind of, you know, reiterate about that I didn't really get to say in the beginning, is that's why when I hit 2,000 subscribers, I was just doing videos for fun, and then those videos got like maybe like 4,000, 3,000 views, and I had 2,000 subscribers, and then I did that one video about the web swinging, breaking down why I personally think that Spider-Man PS4's web swinging is gonna beat Spider-Man 2, the game's web swinging. And as of this day, that is my most popular video on my channel. It has over 300,000 views, and it's been out for like only 4 months or so, and that is absolutely insane. That is the craziest, you know, huge increase of viewers that you guys came from that video. A lot of you guys subscribed to my channel just because of that video, which is insane. And it's just awesome. And that milestone that I reached with that was incredible when I saw it hit over like 10,000 views. And then all of a sudden it hit over 100,000 views. I was on cloud 9. I still am as to this day to that video getting that many views. It's insane. Thank you so much for your support on that one. And that was back when I had 2,000 views. And now I have 2,000 subscribers. And I had 10,000 subscribers now. And it's just crazy. So thank you. But as another milestone, of course, just any person viewing a video, any person subscribing to the channel, any person following me on Twitter, any person liking the video, even disliking the video and giving me feedback, that's a milestone for me because it shows that you guys care about me and the content that I put out for you guys and also for myself because I love doing it myself. I wouldn't do videos if I wasn't interested in doing it myself. And the milestone is that you guys continuously watch the videos, and that's what it means to me. So thank you so much. I think we're getting close. I hope so. So Rabir Abdel Masia, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, dude. I'm so sorry. What is your best thing you want in this Spider-Man game that has never been done before? Well, we're already getting parkour. Something that's never done before. That's really hard to answer. But again, parkour is a big element that I'm really seeing is a really huge factor in what makes it different from another Spider-Man game is parkour. And also just the villain of Mr. Negative being in this game is really awesome. So something that's never been done before. I think playing as another character, that was the Mental Gamer's idea. He's another Spidey Squad member. He was speculating like, oh, we could play as Mary Jane and maybe Black Cat. And guess what? He was right. We can play as Mary Jane, which is nuts. So something that's never been done before for Spider-Man in a Spider-Man game, though, specifically for Spider-Man. The gadgets, I just hope that there's a lot of variety in terms of combat, parkour, traversal, and gadgets, and seeing how that can all flow with Peter Parker as an intellectual individual and Spider-Man as a superhero. I think that'd be very cool. And I think that you can do a great job. Thank you for your question, dude. Liam Brown, what is your favorite game ever made? Probably Bully. Do you want to see gameplay of Doctor Strange or any other Marvel character, perhaps in a challenge mode as seen in the Arkham series? I don't know if we can play as them, but they did say that there will be references to other Marvel, people in the game, or like just keep an eye out, they really said, because there's Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum, and now it's all up in the air, like, is the Avengers Project and Spider-Man PS4 in the same universe? We don't know. One's an exclusive, one's not, so who knows? But yeah, I don't really think... I think in the first Spider-Man game, I think we should just keep it in terms of the Spider-Man boundaries to play as characters. So, like, we're playing as Peter, playing as Mary Jane, we might be playing as Miles, and if Black Cat is in this game, then we might play as Black Cat. I think that's fine already. I don't think we need to play as, like, Iron Man or Captain America or anything like that, because that's what the Avengers Project is for. So, yeah, for right now, I think they're just sticking with the standard characters of the Spider-Man mythos, and I think that's all they need to do. Great question, though. The Amazing Marvel guy asked, do you think they would possibly add the Avengers Infinity War Spider-Man skin, the gold one from D23, so he means the Iron Spider suit? I think so. People are saying, like, oh, maybe they'll have the movie suits as a DLC pack. I don't know. If they did, I wouldn't really care. I would be like, oh, that's weird that's DLC, but I wouldn't be like, wow, they made the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man suit a DLC suit? Oh, terrible game. EA loot boxes all over again. No, I would just be like, oh, that's weird. I'll get it, maybe, but I love the white spider suit already. That's the main suit I'm going to be wearing anyways, and the black suit if it's in the game. But yeah, I think if they want to add the Marvel Cinematic Universe skins, like the Vigilante Spider / homemade suit, the, standard Homecoming suit / Marvel Cinematic Universe suit, and then the Iron Spider suit, yeah, I think they would be doing that, because that'd be cool for people to, wear that suit in the game. And a lot of people want that suit to be in the game. So we have 2 more questions, guys. We're almost done. Cody Roush, how long does it take to make your videos? Do Let's Plays take longer than informal videos? Yes to both. It takes extremely long to make. This video probably is going to be uploaded tomorrow. Today is November 26th. This video might take probably 10+ hours to render. I know that sounds insane, but it is true. And because it might just be my internet or my computer with all the stuff I have loaded on my laptop. It might take a while. But yes, definitely the collaboration videos that I make, those take the longest to edit. As a standard video that I make, just by myself, that is like, the 20-minute long, 30-minute long videos, those take about like a couple hours to make. It takes like, an hour to record, an hour and a half to edit, and then a lot of hours to render. So it takes a while. It is, the people who say, oh, YouTube is easy, like the Let's Plays, like anyone can do a Let's Play. kind of. Like, you have to know how the equipment works with the Elgato or whatever recording device you're using, and obviously with the microphone that you have and other, you know, equipment that you need to use when doing stuff like that. So there's a lot of factors, but once you do put your mind to it and you spend a lot of time on it and you're really passionate about it, like I am and the other Spidey Squad members are, you will get there and you can do it. And I'm going to bring up something at the end of this, but to answer your question, Cody, yeah, it takes a while to make the videos, and it definitely takes much longer to do the Let's Plays. It takes way longer to have a gameplay that you recorded render than editing something. That's for sure, because that's to process all the footage in the proper format that you want to upload on YouTube. And then the last question, Medai Orate, would you like it if we had to go to Pete's apartment and fix the damage on the suit? Yes. That would be awesome, because in the Amazing Spider-Man 1 game, if you go back to Stan Lee's apartment, which Peter Parker was house sitting for, you would enter it if your suit was all battle damaged, and then the screen would load, and then, oh, it's all fixed. I would like it if you could take some time, maybe a little quick time event or something, I don't know, but just something to really showcase the, you know, sorry, another airplane's flying over my house, but really showcase another intricacy of Peter Parker making a suit, trying to go out and fight crime, and seeing, oh, he's in his apartment and he's just a normal guy and he has to actually learn how to sew back his suit, and that'd be really cool and actually kind of funny to see as well. But that is it, everybody. That is the giant Q&A. This video is almost 2 hours long. It probably is 2 hours long, which I, you know, really didn't expect. Sorry, camera just cut out there, but basically that is the end of the video, and thank you so much for all your questions on Twitter. All you mean the world to me. Again, I would not be able to have reached this milestone without you guys. And this brings me to my final point that I want to tell you guys. If you guys love Spider-Man, love Marvel, love DC, love anything in the world that you are passionate about, I highly urge you to just do YouTube videos about it, or just share your opinion online on Twitter, on Instagram, any other form of social media. But if you do want to, you know, start doing YouTube as a career, I highly urge that you just go for it. You know, like me, I never would have expected that I would have been this lucky in my entire life to have reached this milestone, be thankful enough to be a part of this community, be lucky enough to be talking to you guys, and be a part of this amazing community with all you guys, with Insomniac and just the other Spider-Man fans overall, and it's amazing. Thank you so much. I love you all. Try YouTube. If you really do care about it, I highly recommend that you try it. It would be really cool if you could do it. And, yeah, can't wait to see you guys in the next giant milestone video. Sorry, my throat's extremely sore from talking so long. Sorry if this video was a bit long, but still I wanted to try and take the time to answer all your questions. If you watched this long, thank you so much. See you guys in the next video. Peace out, everybody. Love you. Later.
Rick, this is Professor Xavier. Your powers are growing, but you can't control it. It's important that you become a hero. Train yourself to fly. And your ass, because squatting on a glass table, 2 girls, 1 cup. You know what to do.